Welcome back to class on mathematics with SymPy, SciPy, and Python. Let's see the first thing that we need uh, to set up. That is Anaconda. So if you say Anaconda, community edition download, you should see something like this. It is kind of open source for community development. This is what you need, 510 MB. If you download, Python comes along with this Anaconda. So if you see, you should see something like this, Anaconda 3 hyphen 2021.11, Windows x86 and 64, architecture and 64-bit. So once you start installing it, it is self-explanatory. It will get installed. It's one of those typical installations. Once you successfully install, you should see something like this, Anaconda. And most importantly, we are interested in Anaconda Navigator. Let it launch. It is initializing. Once the initialization is done, yeah, you should see something like this. By default, command prompt and PowerShells are enabled. Uh, Command prompt and PowerShells are enabled. One most important thing that we will be using during this course is VS Code. Okay, so if VS Code is already installed, it will just show a button like launch. Otherwise, you need to install it. It is always better to launch VS Code from Anaconda. I'll just show you why. Like now, just let's say, let's do something like this, launch PowerShell. You see base over here. So the environment needed for executing Python is installed, in Anaconda environment. Similarly, it is always better to launch VS Code via Anaconda. So once this is installed, you just need to say launch, and it will launch. And if you are interested in other activities like data mining, etc., you could also install RH3, but that is not in the scope of today's class. So VS Code gets installed. Now, why I wanted to say is let's see what happens if we do try to do something outside of this Anaconda navigator. Now let's see, it is here. I'll just say Anaconda activate base. It is activated, and now I'll say Python, and this is fine. Now you see here, this Python interpreter is in Conda environment, but the environment has not been activated. Libraries may fail to load. To activate this environment, please see, okay, Conda. So now, on the contrary, I'll show you the same PowerShell launched within, Anaconda. Okay, let's launch within Anaconda. Now base is already activated. I'll just say Python. See, we did see the error message that we were seeing. So in summary, it is always better to play around with Anaconda within Anaconda Navigator. So the Python version that we will be using is 3.9.7, and let's do one thing now. Next thing is VS Code that we were interested in. Let's launch a VS Code. Okay. If you launch a VS Code, you should see something like this. I have also installed tab 9. If you are interested, you can install it. It's a AI enabled autocode assistant. Now let's see. I'll just open some. Just to make sure our environment is set properly. You need not understand what the program is all about, but anyway, towards the end of the course, we'll be covering it. But let's see whether the environment is set up properly or not. It's activating base. Yes, we are all set. So this is just to make sure, the installation, etc., is smooth and we don't run into any kind of hiccups later. Okay. So yeah, you need not understand what that program was all about. We will be covering it subsequently. But another thing that I wanted to show is the extensions that you need. You just need to click on this icon over here. Install Python from Microsoft. Also install Python for VS Code by Thomas Hackon Townsend. Okay, so these are two most popular Python extensions that we make use of. You install Python from Microsoft and Python from Hackon Townsend. Thomas Hankin Townsend. Now, if you click at this, you see some important statistics till now 54 million people have installed it, and 469 people have given a 4-star rating. Similarly, for this, if you see the statistics, 4 million people have installed it, and yeah, the rating may not be great, but yeah, this do helps actually. Okay, so those are two extensions that we were talking about, and that is about installation of VS Code. So yeah, what all we spoke about in this course, we spoke about Anaconda installation, VS Code installation. Let's look into maths books that we need to refer subsequently. Okay, so in before even we close, let's look at what things that we get bundled with Anaconda. See, with Anaconda, we do get SciPy, okay, SciPy, NumPy, okay, also SymPy. Everything that you need gets comes installed as bundled software. So you need not go on doing conda install SciPy, conda install NumPy, and things like that. So that makes a job very simple. Yeah, so that is a brief introduction to Anaconda. Let's meet in next section with brief intro to mathematics. Brief intro to mathematics.